Hello, hello, and welcome back to Bobbio Plays The Ringed City, Dark Souls 3 second expansion. As you can see, we've just arrived in the Ringed City itself. The focus of this little Let's Play kind of mini thing is to just go through, talk to a lot of the characters, listen to their stories, try and get some insight into the lore and the setting as we approach the finale to this series. And I'll be trying to reference some of the Japanese text, which I don't have immediately to hand, but I can dig up if need be. And just generally, yeah, just taking a look through, trying some gameplay tips. Oh, this guy knows the score. Try down. Yeah, not going to be a masterclass in Souls by any means, but I'm sure the majority of you have seen this all before, because I'm pretty late to the party. Ouch. I'm pretty late to the party with this one, admittedly. Okay, here's our first little interesting tidbit. A lot of people will be familiar with this armor from Dark Souls 2. Where's it gone? I think it's quite far down, isn't it, this stuff? Why can't I ever see where it's gone? It's cast by weight, isn't it? Oh dear. Chelsea. Chelsea's invaded us. That's embarrassing. Well, anyway. Helm of the company of knights who were sent to the Ringed City on an old king's orders. So, that old king, because this is the Ruin Helm, is very reminiscent of the Ruin Sentinels in Dark Souls 2. The three boss fight, the triple boss fight. So the old king is possibly Vendrick. The knights sought the Dark Soul, but were so soundly crushed they had little choice but to swear themselves to the Judicator Giant. And the Judicator Giant is that fellow over there who's summoning all of the guys. Can we do that? There we go. There he is. Just chilling in the. Oh dear! I think someone's found us. The ill-fated company was later immortalized in a dark fable inspiring the aspect of certain golems in whom their name lived on. So these knights, these guys who wore this armor, apparently were now naked and dead in the Ringed City, came down here. They were just normal dudes in armor. Came down here, got crushed, swore themselves to the Judicator Giant, and then just kind of became his spirits. He could summon them and fire like a bazillion arrows and stuff like that. So people who got beaten or who swore themselves to the giant are now kind of in spirit form protecting this runway. Oh dear. Are they shooting at me or? Yes, the answer is yes. And then later their image was kind of, reincarnated as the Ruin Sentinels, who are kind of just not dudes in armor, but they're just kind of ephemeral beings. Oh, hello. Oh, you want to go? We're going to start the episode like this? Interesting. Hey. Okay. I'm just going to go for it. I don't really care. Just going to go for it. I'm going to go for it. Ow! Shoot! Get off me! No! Get off! Don't stun lock me. I've gone the wrong way. Whoa! We made it. We made it. I wonder where that guy is. Is he coming down? This is an exciting start. Yeah, this is what a lore-filled episode this is so far. Oh, that's part of the fun, isn't it? I don't want to play in offline mode. Let's see, is he going to be waiting for me up here? I don't think those things attack him, which is really a bit of a shame. He's waiting. Hello. What can I do you for, sir? Whoop. 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 Oh dear, this is not how I... Whoa! Oh no, don't do that. That's very mean. This is not how I envisioned this episode playing out, to be honest. Now, is there something we can do? Is there some way we could approach this? I think we're out of luck. Flame, stone plate ring. I mean, pretty much screwed. But, well, I mean, let's just see what happens, huh? Maybe we can run past, cheese him or something. Oh, this guy's here now. Nope. Bye-bye. I'm out.
Many of us are by the fire, forsaken.
Wait, I'll talk to you in a minute. Come on. Come on. No. Come on. Come on, let's have at you. Oh dear. Oh, the point down. After all that is the point down, is it? I see how it is. Well. That wasted a lot of time. Never mind, all good experience, eh? It's a learning experience. Like I say, this is not going to be Souls Masterclass. I don't have the best build. I don't have a build full stop. I'm just cosplaying as the Swordmaster in Firelink Shrine. I mean, you know, this is very unoptimized in terms of equipment and stats and all what have you. It's not, you know, I don't intend it to be anything more than it is, really. Go! Oh, shoot. Let's try and get this guy before he runs off the edge. Oh no, well if he runs off the edge, I get the thing, don't I? Before he disappears. That's the one. Thank you. Now let's try and kill the giant, perhaps. And then we can clear out this area of items. Don't know if this will go well at all. Ouch, shoot, shout, 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 shout. Woo! Oh! Holy moly. Okay, this is a good strategy, I like this. The arrows are finished, and then we head back up. Oh gosh. But no, it's the guy. Oh. Okay, good. I think one more run should do it. Oh, let's try and kill this thing. There we go. Lovely. Ow, ow. There we go. So sorry, Judicator Giant. You had to go. You're in the way. And he drops Titanite chunks, so we get a lot of chunks and a lot of slabs from this DLC, which is nice. Let's cut these guys down to size. These are strange enemies. They're kind of like, I don't know, twisted, rooted hollows. Just a mix of bone and twigs and things like that, I imagine. I don't think there's much on them. I don't think there's anything down there, is there? No, I don't think so. But we can see the lower city all kind of half flooded in swamp, and we actually get to go down there later, which is nice. Like I say, this is, you know, this is very late to the party playthrough. I'm sure a lot of you will have already seen everything there is to see, and you know exactly what's going to happen. I just want to walk through some of the finer details, hopefully, some things that interest me. Yeah, check out some dialogue, insinuate some stuffs. Hidden blessing in here. Not sure what to make of this room, really. We get a divine blessing from the Judicator and a hidden blessing from here. And I mean, the Queen of Lothric, married to the former King Osiris, was initially revered as a goddess of fertility and bounty. So this talks about the Queen of Lothric, and obviously a lot of links are made with her and Guinevere. I'm not going to make any crazy claims or you know, affirm any theories today, but obviously the fact that the Judicated Giant is holding this item is kind of significant because Gwyn gifted this city to the Pygmies, and of course Guinevere was his daughter. There is a grave in Lothric, the season of visitors, the Queen of Lothric. So again, and you find this down here, the hidden blessing, down in this little kind of, I don't know what you call it, like a little mini catacomb thing. And so these two blessings that hint at Queen of Lothric is kind of significant, I suppose, because, yeah, Gwyn was here, basically. But I don't think, obviously, the little banner we get says that the Great Lord gifted the Ringed City and his beloved youngest daughter. So Guinevere is not his youngest daughter. So this kind of lets us know that he had a fourth child, I believe, because it was Guinevere, Gwyndolin, supposedly nameless king, who was stricken from the records for siding with the dragons, supposedly, and now this fourth daughter who we know of. So it's interesting. We never really know how many children he's supposed to have, but he's the chief god. He's a big deal. He could probably have as many children as he bloody well wants. But anyway, let's continue. Let's talk to the strange locust creature.
One was a wayfaring knight on an endless, forbidden search. Only the abyss granted closure, if not reunion with his beloved. Fear not the dark, my friend, and let the feast begin. Many of us are by the fire, forsaken. I speak of thine kind and mine. Behold this city. We are kindred, but like two eyes which gaze upon the other. Fear not the dark, my friend, and let the feast begin.
So these creatures are strange locust bug things, and they basically signify the end of the world, or the end of an era. Locusts are like a good symbol of change, and a good symbol of mass consumption, and just eating away one world and preparing for the next. they've always been a manifestation of change in, in ancient history with the, Egyptian plagues and all this. And so they're a cool creature too. They're kind of half NPC, half enemy, as we later find. And they're a nice enemy in this city. The stories they tell, the sermons they give, allude to certain characters in Dark Souls 3, if not in... Oh, jeez, not again. I forgot I died, didn't I? If not the series as a whole. And that one that he told was of a wayfaring knight. So we can assume this is Alva. Because he speaks of searching, making on an endless search.
One was a wayfaring knight on an endless, forbidden search. Only the abyss granted closure, if not reunion with his beloved. Fear not.
So, his beloved, we don't know if his beloved is the witch Zuli, or if his beloved is someone else. It's possible that his beloved could be his estranged daughter, Carla. Because there are references in Dark Souls 2 and 3 to Alva seeking for... Well, he's on a forbidden search, first of all. And the fact that he's come down here... Well, I mean, we will learn later that he has come down here. And actually, I should probably pick up his story when we do meet him. That would make more sense. But just for now, it's interesting that these things are talking about him. Because one thing I will say is, when they say, if not reunion with his beloved, they don't mean the Abyss granted reunion with his beloved. I'm just going to say that out loud. They don't mean that. The Abyss grants closure because it is obviously the end of all things. Oh, my message rating again. I wonder which message that is. Oh gosh. Oh, what the? Okay, that was weird. I think there's another one above me, isn't there? Get out of here. There we go. Oh, stay calm. I'll stay calm, don't worry. Good. So, yeah, it's ambiguous in the English. The Abyss granted closure, if not reunion with his beloved. It sounds like, if not means as well as, or like, it might give a chance to grant reunion, or reunite him with his beloved. But the Japanese makes it very clear that I can't actually remember exactly what it is. I will try and fish it out for you if need be in the comments. But yes, the Japanese makes it clear that he was not reunited, and that the Abyss only granted closure because the Abyss was only the Abyss only marked the end of his search. It did not reunite him. So it's a very sad story, actually, in Japanese. The English is a bit more ambiguous, but the original text is very sad for Alva. So here we are. We finally made it to this next bonfire after 25 minutes. And I have a lot of souls, actually. So maybe I'll go and spend those. But not before we head through here. And we find Mr. Lepp. Time for friendship. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely time for friendship. Here's an ember, good. Oh, and before we... Let me just see. Oh, my message was rated... Rated good. Oh no, that's mine. Try jumping, profane capital. Which could it have been? This one? I don't know. I wish it told you which one was rated recently. Oh well. So, Lapp's made it to the Ringed City. Well done. Let's have a look what he says.
Oh. Well, fancy meeting you here. A true blessing that we should seek the same place and find ourselves standing here together. I've got the last of my brew. let's have our own little toast with it.
Lovely. A bit of brew.
To my search, and to your duty, and to the joy that lies before us. All right then. Bottoms up.
Cheers.
Now, I'm off in search of the Purging Monument. Once I find it, everything will come back to me. Who I was, what I lived for, what my name was, and what terrible grudges I held. I don't know. I just have this feeling that that's the kind of man I was. Oh, don't hold it against me. I only think I was.
So weird. It's if it hasn't become painfully obvious who this is by now, if you're new to all this, then you know I won't spoil it. But obviously, it's very, for the people in the know, it's very weird at this point. Is he? His memory seems somewhat intact. The grudges I held, the way he laughs, it's very telling. So it's kind of fun.
Now, I'm off
He's
in
off in
search of it.
search.
Once I find it.
Yeah, everything will come back to him. Yeah, he's off in search of the Purging Monument, and ironically enough, he's looking directly at it, pretty much. He's just surveying this scene, and we can see it actually down there. That's it. A big pile of black mass on a kind of statue thing. The way there is kind of a little bit convoluted. We need to figure out a puzzle, which has been solved by millions of people by now, I'm sure, but yeah, we need to figure out a way to get to the Purging Monument, and then we can tell him where it is. And once he does that, once he finds it, then his memories will come back to him, and he'll remember who he was. And remember, it's important to note that... Sorry, I'm just going to spend some souls. It's important to remember that the Purging Monument is either used to cure hollowing or to forgive sins, to absolve sins. So it's kind of a... Again, it's kind of ambiguous there, what he could be. I mean, obviously, he claims to have lost his memory, but we're not sure exactly of his exact motive. And it's just interesting that the Purging Stones, the Purging Monument, offers that has that function.
Ashen One, thou wishes, then call. I am of thous. Very well, then take no.
Okay, we may as well level up a bit, I guess. Vitality. Always do with some more vitality. I can always respec later, can't I? 118. Why not?
Mayst thou thy
Well, she was muttering something while I was leveling up. I have the voice volume turned up so high. I never actually noticed that, but let's check that out. I'm sure people have already figured that out.
Ah, 'tis good this wasn't he?
What needs smithing? I'll tell you. Let's see. I don't remember what I'm doing with any of my weapons, to be honest, but let's see if we can do anything fun. Oh. The Chaos Blade, I have that equipped right now. We could use a slab on that. We could upgrade any of these katanas, which, I mean... I don't know, I guess plus 131, 108, 180, 208, so... Right, that's like 288, oh sorry, 388, and that is... Oh gosh, my maths is terrible, 375, so this one will be better, I guess, net worth. This one has a bit more bleed. But this is S dex scaling, so I guess that's my dex one. Yeah, let's go with this. Let's slab that up. It's quite a big jump actually, isn't it? There we go. So we've used one of our slabs, that's good. Nothing needs repairing. Don't want to allot Estus really. We upgrade our shield at all? No? Nice scale. Oh! Oh, we don't have any money. Okay. Well, let's
Pretty careful.
let's buy some scales. Maybe I can. What was it? Titanite scale? No. We need some souls. What am I talking about? Let's just get rid of the rest of our souls here. What could be useful? Prism stones. We have a lot. Fire bombs, knives. I don't know. I guess bleedy. Why not, eh? Some of them. Yep. Good. There we go. Now, let's head back. Travel to the ringed inner wall. Okay, so Lap's here. He's looking for the Purging Monument. We can see it. We don't know how to get there yet. We've met these bugs. We've killed a Judicated Giant. What else have we done? We've been invaded. That was fun, wasn't it? We have found the remains of the Ruin Knights. Oh, here we are. Yep, straight away. The ambushes. Don't push. Let's just keep topped up because this is a dangerous place. Oh gosh. Yeah, these things. Some of these things do curse, so it's kind of risky. Need to let that die back down. You're alive. Ouch. Where'd that other one go? Be wary of above. Yes. Well. No? Okay. There we go. That'll do. Continue on down. Really pretty looking place. Hollow gem. So, interesting that we find a hollow gem in the Ring City. Upgrade materials, isn't it? A stone plentiful in Londor, land of hollows. Used in infusion to grow. Hollow weapons are said to peer into the essence of its wielder, whose luck boosts attack. So, yeah, kind of interesting that we get the hollow stone, or people are carrying hollow stones here. So maybe citizens from Londo traveled to the Ringed City, or there's some connection there. Oh, and well, here's our next enemy, the Ringed Knight. Oh, good. Oh! Steady on there. Oh! Oh no, don't do it. You can do it. Ouch, that was bad. Ow! Bad news. Oof. That almost went very badly. Chug. Like there's no tomorrow. More chunks. Always do with more chunks. So that was not a very good fight in the end, was it? I do apologise. Now here. Oh gosh. Yeah, so these ones are covered in a kind of weird crystalline substance. They drop dung pies, which is lovely. I'm not sure why they would... Not sure the relevance of that is, but... There you go. Perhaps some undead have fond memories of waste, or perhaps not. No, okay, well, that doesn't tell us much, does it? These statues are interesting, of course. They kind of portray a figure wrapped in cloth, kind of bearing this large ring. And I think this is very symbolic of the, this ringed imagery. Is very symbolic of the dark sign. God, grief. Do that. Oh, good grief. Forgotten where all these enemies are. Silly. Yeah, very symbolic of the dark sign, and this is the kind of... they're carrying the weight of this burden. So perhaps these are humans or... Oh, and here's another enemy. These guys are funny. Little spinning top turtles. Oh gosh. No, I don't know how to... there we go. There we go. Just got to interrupt them from their little healing, turtling up thing. Yeah, so these things are interesting. Just show a bit of history in the city here. It's strange how they would kind of put these on display as if they're proud of this burden, they're proud of this this terrible thing they have to bear. Yeah, interesting. Oh, good grief. Ow. Get out of here. Oh no, just missed. Oh, can't get him. I forget, there's a way to break them out of their... oh, there we go. Once they're on their backs, they're useless. So that's good. There we go, a couple of those attacks, that's good. That prevents them from even doing the silly healing spell. We can go get that item there, I think, if we're careful. Yep. Wait. Okay. Oh, there's another one. Let's deal with that first. Hup. Hup. No, that'll do. A charge attack will also do it. Good to know. Down here, I think we have another ringed knight waiting for us. So let's take it easy. What else is down there? Do I just have to drop? I think I just have to drop down, don't I? Can I see him? There he is. Well, that was a good start. Ow. Oh, that was stupid. Ooh! Ooh! Double. Ooh! Don't do it. Woohoo! That'll do. Oh, not dead, eh? Whew, that was lucky. Filionor's Spear Ornament. An interesting drop. Quite a rare drop from these guys, I think. Be somewhere near the bottom, I guess. There it is. Proof of a church spear's fulfillment of duty. The spears of the church watch over the princess's slumber, and this serves as proof of their full fulfillment of their duty. The embellished gold cloth is woven with a crest of young grass. The princess's knights proudly displayed these for precious favours, which were most often seen swaying from their identical ceremonial spears. So, this is a consumable, but we can't use it here for some reason. We'll find out why later. But yeah, so the princess's slumber was referenced by the dude we met as we arrived at the city. The little pygmy dude who welcomed us and told us that, yeah, there you go, Joe Neutrino. Apparently they do. It's pretty rare, but they do drop them. And thank you for tuning in, by the way. And so the princess's slumber, we're gonna find more about that later on. But obviously there is this idea that the princess is protected by her knights. So her slumber is a big deal. And actually we're going to hear a bit more about her and those those loyal to her in just a second. I'm just going to make sure these guys don't aggro. Big old Harald the Knights. Oh gosh, no! Jeez. No, just be one of them. Well. Okay. No. No, oh no, I think I've... Oh no, I've done it now. Oh, I've done it. I've done the bad thing. Guys, stop it. Okay, you just stay there. Just stay there. No, me neither, to be honest. But it is what it is. I guess we just got to roll with these punches. Oh, no! Blech. Stop. Please. Okay, the other one's not coming, is it? More chunks, that's what I like to see. Okay, good. Now, after we're rudely interrupted, let's continue. Silence.
Speak thee the name of God, thine own God, if thou canst recall.
So there we go. And this interesting, another two choices. When we talk to the dude on the way in, the little pygmy dude, he gave us two choices. He said, are you with the gods or not? Basically. And I said no. Because at this point in the game, we kind of know the gods are just full of bollocks, basically. And now there's this person who gives us another choice. She says, speak the name of God, your own if you can recall. The only god we know to even mention, the only god we think is worth mentioning is Gwyn. Or I do not know. So, first of all, let's see what she says when you say I don't know. I don't know gods.
As I thought, such memories were lost by thy kind long ago, and so it is ye who yearn for darkness.
Thy kind, you yearn for darkness. So she already knows that we're human, and that we're probably hollow because we've forgotten the gods. We've forgotten who we're supposed to be loyal to. So she's obviously on the side of the gods. Speak thee the name of God. It was capital G, and it's the only one worth knowing is Gwyn, apparently. These enemies are interesting. They look like they're made of tangled branches. Yeah, there's a lot of branches and a lot of tangly, twiggy imagery going on, isn't there? I mean, I think it's kind of it's going on with the Lothric Knights as well, up in the Dreg Heap. I think it's supposed to show just one, the passage of time, and two, this kind of tree or this kind of growth imagery, this idea of being overgrown. It's kind of it's crept down here into the Ringed City as well, and I think it ties in nicely with the humanity. I don't know if we have any items that show it, but a lot of, for example, yes. The hollow gem itself has this kind of tangly mass of kind of etched lines, and it kind of looks like tangled branches in a way. It's nothing, it's just a quick, super speedy observation, but it's interesting how a lot of this stuff ties together. You know, those dudes, their heads are just a mass of humanity, kind of. I've forgotten what their armor says. It says something about how they went mad. They did not. Their search for the Dark Soul did not go well. Everyone's come down here searching for the Dark Soul, and no one can seem to hack it. It seems the Ruin Knights, the Harald Knights. Did I actually pick it up? Maybe I don't even have it. Anyway, never mind. We'll find it later. Let's tell her we know Gwyn.
Give thy memory a nudge, and name thee thy god.
My god is Gwyn.
Ah, then thou'st not forgotten. Perhaps 'tis why we may converse. I am known as Shira, servant to the Princess Filianor, matriarch of the church. They who are ken to God's name are surely ken to the terrors of the dark. Please, I bid thee take not from the princess her peace or rest. As the fire waneth, does she lie by the dark, all for the sake of man.
So really interesting stuff straight away here from Shira. She says, don't leave the princess alone, don't disturb her rest or her peace. So she could potentially be this Filianor lady she speaks of. Princess Filianor could be the one who is slumbering. She could be the slumbering princess who we've seen mentioned in item descriptions and who the pygmy at the start told us about. So it's interesting, and she says she lies by dark. She waits by the dark, all for the sake of man. And so she's kind of guarding something, maybe. I wonder how your character knows about Gwyn. Does another character mention? Sorry, my TV clock is covering that, but no, I think it's a good question, because nothing mentions Gwyn. Oh no, maybe no. Things do mention Gwyn by name. For example, there we go. No, the Great Lord. Yeah, Great Lord Gwyn, in the days of yore. So, I mean, he is only known in name in Dark Souls 3 because he is a legend. He is like an ancient kind of. He's kind of the equivalent of a Greek myth by now. And in Dark Souls 1, we obviously see what becomes of him. And we kind of read about him in his prime, and we see the cities he built, and then we fight this kind of haggard, decrepit kind of shadow of his former self after he's just gone mad and hollowed and just kind of burnt out in the kiln of the first flame. And so only we know that in Dark Souls 1. I'm not saying we're a kind of future reincarnation of that self, but we, the player, know that. We just kind of project that. And yeah, I think Gwyn's name would be passed down as this legendary, awesome guy. But obviously we, the player, and supposedly we, the protagonist, know differently. And this is why we can answer questions. We can answer, no, I'm not with the gods, I'm just pretending to be. And then we can tell her, I do not know, or we can lie to her and we can say our god is Gwyn, or perhaps we're not lying. It depends what kind of roleplay you're doing. But presumably there is still some kind of religion which carries on the name of Will of Gwyn. Yeah, I mean I guess the Way of White kind of died out, but there's definitely still something going on. But anyway, yeah, thanks for the chat, Joe Neutrino. Let's see what else Shira has to say.
Thou'st a kind heart to speak to a captive such as I. It is no surprise thou rememberest our God.
Yeah.
May I ask thee a kindness?
Sure thing.
Perhaps thou'st beheld the lone dragon that inhabited this city. Medir is his name, and the arch-dragons are his forebears. He once railed against the dark, but was by dark afflicted. Now here, returned, he remaineth, to watch over the sleeping princess, true to the old accord. And yet, I would have thee put the dragon to rest, before the dark consumeth him, and his vows are forgot.
Let's say refuse, first of all, just to see.
Very well. Then hasten on thy journey, only disturb not the sleeping princess. As the fire waneth, does she lie by the dark, all for the sake of man.
So yeah, she confirms that she's sleeping, and that she is probably, the Filianor is probably the slumbering princess who the pygmy told us to go and wake, to uncover the lid over this privy of a city, as he put it so eloquently. But Shira is saying, nope, don't wake her up. She's sleeping for your sake. So interesting conflictions here.
Carest thou to speak thy peace? Hast thou mine entreaty reconsidered?
Yep.
I offer my sincerest gratitude, thou who art ken to God's name. Please, take this. I have asked a thing most terrible of thee. May this token of thanks be of aid.
Yeah, so she doesn't like to have to ask us to kill Medir. the dragon who is protecting the sleeping princess. He was apparently raised by the gods, and he was put in charge of protecting her and keeping the dark at bay, but obviously he messed up, and now he's going to get consumed by the dark. It sounds kind of familiar, but she wants us to kill him before he does something stupid.
I beg of thee, put the great dragon to rest, afore the dark consumeth him and his vows are forgot.
Sure. And she gave us her charm. I want a quick bit. Let me just... Where's it gone? Where are the charms? The lucky charms. I don't know what I'm looking for. What am I doing? It's in the weapons? No, my... I have too many stuffs. Oh, there it is, of course. Sacred Chime of Filianor. Matriarch of the Church. Filianor's favour knows no boundaries, and this sacred chime expands the range of vicinity, affecting miracles that heal, cure, or provide other enhancements. Pray for favour. So yeah, it's just basically saying Filianor is lovely. The purpose of Filianor's sleep is still a mystery to me. Oh, interesting. So Joe, I don't know if you've played through. I mean, do you mean you've played through? You haven't played through, and it's a mystery to you? Or do you mean you don't know why, what she was actually having to sleep for? I'm not sure, maybe if you could clarify. We can have a little chin wag about that. Get out of here, you big Harold. Ow. Harold Knight. Ow, dow, dow. Get out of here. Whoa! Got a bit greedy there. Always the way. Oh! There we go. Now, not doing great, to be honest. I'm very stubborn though, and I'm going to stick with this stupid naked build. Can I kill these guys? No. More chunks, always nice. What? Oh god, you were awake? I swear. Ow, Jep, stop pushing. Right. Stalk dung pies. These guys just carry poo. I mean, oh no. Oh, jeez. There we go. That's good. That's pretty good. I've been through the DLC once before, but I'm still unsure about the meaning of Filianor and her egg. Yes, well. It's interesting. I'd rather not talk about it right now in much detail, because there may be people watching who are... Oh gosh, no, I don't think I want to do that. There may be people watching who are still have yet to play through, and they're going to see the sleeping princess and her egg, and figure out what to make of it for themselves. Let's see if we can just burn it to the next bonfire, maybe, and then maybe we'll call it, because it's almost been an hour. Oh, don't know if this is a good idea at all, but let's go. We can always come back here. But yeah, it is interesting, the significance of her slumber and the egg. Go away! Oh gosh! This is very bad. Get out of my way. Oh no, that's the wrong way. I think this is the right way. Please don't hurt me. I think this is the right way. Yes! Ha ha ha! Legging it prevails. Here we are. So yeah, what we'll do, we'll press on next time, and I don't think we'll get to Filianor until a couple more sessions at least. But yeah, definitely up for some more thinking about that, because it is very interesting once we see at least why she was sleeping and what exactly she was guarding. But the significance and the imagery of it all is very mysterious. So it's definitely worth a look. But for now, we have to press on. We have to continue to clear out this lower city area, work our way up to her church, and yeah, we'll take it from there. But thank you very much for tuning in. Thanks for the comments, and I will get this up on YouTube in a slightly edited and truncated format very soon, and hopefully you can tune in next time. So like, subscribe, or whatever you please to support, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Ta-ta for now.